Welcome back everyone. In this second video, short self-learning video, we will be discussing about the intellectual development and cognitive skills and language skills will be covering in this video, and then some of their abilities and how to put up an effective activities that is developmentally appropriate practice will be seeing here. First, we will be discussing about the cognitive skills. So when children of 3 to 4 years of age, they often spend relatively long time at a task they choose. They usually test their skills and may repeat the same activity over and over again. They are curious and like to take things apart to experiment with cause and effect. They can often recognize and identify familiar colors, basic shapes, understand the concept of same and difference, heavy and light, more or less. Counting becomes more precise during this time. So the developmentally appropriate practice, some of the activities which we can offer is that we can offer a wide range of learning materials and experiences for them, organize the schedule to provide time for independent activity, provide play and learning materials that come apart to stimulate exploration and investigations. Example, blocks, sand, puzzles, etc. Plan for the various activities involving identification, matching, sorting, etc. Provide ample opportunities for counting and incorporate counting words naturally into the conversation of daily life. When the children are 4 to 5 years of age, their ability to carry over topics of study or project from one day to the next became easier for them. Enhance the ability to figure out how things work and fit together. They are usually interested in various hand tools. They are able to sort out objects using more than 2 variables. Then their ability to identify and name colors, shapes, size, and other concepts also enhanced during this time. Ability to comprehend the concept of number, size, and weight are more clearly understood during this time. So developmentally appropriate practice can be like planning a project that engages children's thinking will be appropriate. Introducing new complicated tools such as gardening tools or carpentry tools or computers can be added. Continue to plan for the various activities involving classification and sorting with more complexity. Investigate children to think of various alternatives to solve problem situation. Encourage them to use number and quantity in real life experience such as measuring, distributing, or dividing items. When the children are 5 to 6 years of age, they are gaining the skills to plan ahead and engage in activities with a result or end product in mind. They enjoy hand-on exploration and learning, and their observation skills are increasing. Concept formation is becoming more refined and precise during this time. So developmentally appropriate practice can be involving children in brainstorming sessions for the class projects or activities would be appropriate. Allowing them to revisit or review their work will be effective. Provide a stimulating environment, time and space for science experiences. Continue to teach concept by incorporating into everyday activities such as number concept of addition, subtraction, or time concept of day or night, before and after, etc. Then we will be looking into the language skill next. When children are 3 to 4 years of age, children's vocabulary develop between 2000 to 4000 words. 75 to 80% of their speech is comprehensible during this time, and during this time they understand much more than they speak. They can use words to describe and explain, and they can form sentences of 3 to 5 words at a time. They begin to comprehend that words can be spoken and then the same can be written down and be read again. Their scribbling became more deliberate and started to resemble writing. Children are able to listen to stories, may pretend to read, and they are able to predict what might happen in the story and able to associate it to their own real life experiences. Children enjoy repeating words, rhymes, sounds, and tunes during this time. So, developmentally appropriate practices activities would be provide ample opportunities for the children to listen and use the words in various forms such as rhymes, stories, poems, etc. Offer platform for free expression and conversation for them. Encourage children to tell stories with their artwork or drawing. Tell them to experiment on marking captions and explain them. Have story sessions in small groups by reading aloud, gradually increasing their complexity and length of the stories. Expose children to various nursery rhymes which help them develop not only language skills but also of various concepts. Now, when the children are 4 to 5 years of age, children's vocabulary develop between 4,000 to 6,000 words. They are able to form sentences of 5 to 6 words and persistent in asking why questions a lot. Children are able to understand more complex sentences and are ready for extended conversation. They are becoming more interested in writing and spoken languages. Able to name letters and recognize new words during this time. Children enjoy making up their own stories with the mixture of reality and make-believe during this time. So, the developmentally appropriate practice, some of the activities which we can suggest is that encourage children to talk to each other and explain about what they are doing during the activities. Invite children to tell their own stories, maybe after a summer break, of how they spend their time during the summer break. Demonstrate how to ask right questions to get answers and encourage them to do the same. Engage children in extended conversation. Expose children to print-rich environment as well as the other experiences such as field trips, science experiences for them to gain new information and vocabulary. Provide opportunities for children to recreate a story. Invite them to narrate to the group. Continue to provide musical experiences for them. When the children are of 5 to 6 years of age, children's vocabulary develop between 5,000 to 8,000 words. They are able to use more complex sentences and are able to take turns and converse properly. Their questioning also becomes more relevant to the context. Regularly exposed grammatical structures are mastered by this time. Children are able to match letter to the sounds and they are beginning to read during this year. They are also able to write few short words by combining few short letters. Children are able to tell and retell stories and they love songs, acting out plays and stories. So during this time, what we can suggest as developmentally appropriate practices is that encourage children to ask questions in turn to expand their thinking. Answer children's questions elaborately on the facts and simplifying it so that they will grasp the whole concept. When possible, encourage children to find out more through other means to get more facts. Engage children in various forms of readiness activities for reading and writing. Encourage children to create stories and record it so that it can be enacted in different forms. Introduce children to a project of musical drama by involving them in the planning as well as execution. So with this, language skill and intellectual cognitive skills is covered. Now I hope with this short video you are able to understand some of the developmental milestones of cognitive skills and language skills, and then how developmentally appropriate practice can be activities can be effectively planned and execute in the early learning classroom. Thank you.